Cave, night. Giyuu sits alone in the cave, knees pulled to his chest. His face is pale, his eyes distant. The wind howls outside, but the silence inside is heavier.
Why did I even say it out loud?
He presses a hand to his abdomen, then lets it fall away, ashamed. Tears slip down quietly.
He left. He really left.
Snowfield. Same time. Sanemi stumbles through the snow, his fists clenched, anger in every step. He's muttering to himself like a storm is building in his chest.
Pregnant? What the hell does that even mean? That's not possible. That's not...
He stops, panting, eyes wide in frustration.
It's dumb! It's not real! I'm not doing this! Being a father? No way! I'm not ready to carry something like that!
He shakes his head, turns back, and keeps walking, farther from the cave, farther from Giyuu. Cave. Later that night, Giyuu curls tighter into himself, barely breathing. His voice is so quiet, it almost doesn't exist.
Why did I tell him? I should have known he'd run. They always do.
Mountain path, early morning. Sanemi pushes on through heavy snow, barely seeing. A step too far and the snow beneath him collapses. He drops, buried in a drift, snow swallowing his body.
Damn it!
Dark part of the forest, night. The trees tremble with the sound of clashing. Dumpling sprints, heart pounding, following the sound of a fierce battle.
Rengoku! Please hang on!
Up ahead, through the clearing, Rengoku is locked in a brutal fight with Muzan, the demon radiating raw malice. Fire and shadows clash in violent bursts.
Still clinging to hope, Flame Hashira. Pathetic.
Hope burns brighter than your cowardice ever will.
He launches forward, blade glowing, but then, in a blinding blink, flick, a black tendril shoots forward and pierces Rengoku straight through his stomach. Time slows for Dumpling. The blood, the angle, the gaping wound, the circular shape.
Donut!
A memory flashes, flashback, softer times. Rengoku laughs, holding a powdered donut with a bite taken out of the center.
I told you, I'd take a hit before letting you get hurt, even if it means ending up with a hole in me like this.
He smiles, bright, brave, burning, back to present.
Rengoku!
They leap forward, catching Rengoku before he hits the ground. Blood stains their hands. Muzan steps closer, looming.
One flame down. Who's next?
Touch him again, and I'll show you what happens when I burn hotter than hell itself.
Their eyes meet, fire and void. Dumpling holds Rengoku close as the scene cuts to black. To be continued.
Why are we buying 12 types of tofu, Giyuu? The kid eats dinosaur nuggets.
They were on sale.
Papa, can we get chocolate milk? And a katana?
We're not getting a katana, baby. That's illegal in a supermarket. Unless... can we?
I already hid one under the rice.
I swear to God.
Cut to them in the checkout line. Cart full of random items. Tofu, shampoo, 3 watermelons, a plastic sword, seaweed snacks, and 10 cartons of milk.
Are you doomsday prepping?
Parenting is doomsday?
The child is asleep. The apartment is warm and quiet. Giyuu and Sanemi are folding laundry together in comfy clothes.
You know, I never thought I'd end up doing this. Grocery shopping, folding tiny socks, being happy.
It suits you.
They exchange a look. Clothes, soft, safe.
Let's make another baby, Giyuu.
Sanemi. Let's make 100 more babies.
A blast of cold air. The dream flickers, then vanishes like steam. Sanemi gasps awake. He's on the snowy ground. Giyuu is nowhere to be seen. Dumpling is in front of him, arms full, carrying an unconscious and bloodied Rengoku.
You idiot! Why did you leave Giyuu alone?
Sanemi's eyes widen in horror.
What?
Cave, night. Snow howls just outside. The cave is dimly lit by a small fire. Giyuu lies curled up in a blanket, shivering, his breath visible. Dumpling enters, dragging a reluctant Sanemi by the arm.
Inside! Now he's freezing, Sanemi!
Shh, I don't know what to do, all right?
Then make yourself useful and check Rengoku's wounds. I'll talk to Giyuu.
Sanemi glances at Giyuu, guilt flashing across his face. He bites back whatever he was going to say and kneels by Rengoku silently. Dumpling turns and walks over to Giyuu, kneeling beside him.
You're not alone, Giyuu. I'm here.
He left me. He didn't believe me.
The wind whistles outside. Inside the small cave, Sanemi kneels over Rengoku, carefully wrapping his wounds with strips of cloth.
Idiot! Burning yourself out like that! You better wake up, flame freak!
He finishes the bandage with a tight pull, then glances at Giyu before standing up.
I'll get food. Don't let him freeze again.
Sanemi heads out into the storm, disappearing into the white. The wind howls louder for a moment, then quiet.
I believe you. If you say you're pregnant, then I believe you. You know your body better than anyone.
Giyu starts to cry, silent at first, then trembling. He clings onto Dumpling tightly, burying his face in Dumpling's shoulder.
He left. Again.
He suddenly sits up weakly and clings onto Dumpling, arms trembling as they wrap around them.
Don't leave me. Please, don't leave me.
Dumpling stiffens, hands hovering just above Giyu's back. Their eyes flicker with uncertainty, breath caught. The fire crackles faintly.
Giyuu!
Giyu says nothing, just buries his face in Dumpling's chest, holding tighter. Cave, later that night. The fire crackles low. Giyu sits beside Dumpling, wrapped tightly in a blanket. His voice is soft, almost too calm.
You know, sometimes I wonder if this baby even belongs to Sanemi.
What are you trying to say, Giyuu?
Maybe it's not his. Maybe it's yours.
A silence hangs in the cave like thick fog. Dumpling glances at him, surprised but keeping calm.
Giyuu, I care about you. You know that, but not like that. If you're carrying a life, what matters is that you're safe, and that the baby is safe. We'll support you, but you can't play games with something this serious.
I'm not playing. I'm scared and tired of being alone.
You're not alone. Not as long as I'm here. Even if it's not romantic, I'm not abandoning you.
At that moment, the flap of heavy footsteps returns. Snow scatters in as Sanemi bursts in with a few fish in hand, but he freezes when he sees Dumpling and Giyu close together. Sanemi's eyes narrow. The fish fall to the ground with a soft thud.
What the hell is this?
Sanemi, it's not what you think.
Relax! I was just talking to him. You left, remember? Someone had to keep him warm.
Yeah? Warm or what? Replacing me completely?
You left me, again. And now you're mad because someone actually stayed.
Enough! All of this yelling won't solve anything. Giyuu needs rest. You both do.
A tense silence follows. All three breathing heavily, snow melting off Sanemi's cloak onto the cold stone floor. The fire crackles. The fish Sanemi brought lies untouched. The air between the three is heavy.
You always leave. Every time I need you, you're gone.
I left to get food, Giyu. For you. For us. But you.
He gestures at Dumpling, frustration flaring.
You immediately assume the worst and run into someone else's arms.
Because you never say anything. You leave without a word and expect me to wait in silence, in fear.
Because I had to do something. You're sick, you're cold, and you're talking about babies and futures when you won't even stay still long enough to survive the night.
I'm scared, Sanemi. I don't know what's happening to me. But instead of staying, you always make me feel like I'm the problem.
Sanemi clenches his jaw. His voice softens but remains bitter.
You never listen. It's always about you, your feelings, your fears. You never once stop to think what this is doing to me.
A beat. Dumpling looks between them, uneasy.
You're both hurt. But if you keep tearing each other apart, no one gets better.
Sanemi sighs harshly and steps back toward the cave entrance, eyes dark.
Maybe I should have stayed in the storm.
Maybe you should have.
Sanemi freezes. The words cut deeper than Giyu probably meant them to.
That's enough.
A tense silence settles again. The snow outside howls. Sanemi finally sits down, defeated, exhausted. Giyu turns away, burying his face in the cloak.